Hello everybody. So I've got a quick video today, a shorter one than normal. Here I'm working on a Micro X synthesizer by Korg. Digital synth, 2007-ish, mid-2000s. So when I got this particular unit, the joystick was off-center and didn't return to normal, so I did this and got that repaired, and I plugged it up and started playing with it and testing it, and I noticed that the Y direction in the joystick would no longer work. And these wires are suspect to come out. This is going to be the X direction this way, so you may have to resolder these wires back in. Also something to check if your joystick is not working. But the other direction comes off of this potentiometer that sticks in this way. And the Y direction wasn't working, and I thought, okay, so I take it off, I inspect everything, I take the potentiometer off, and I check the resistance. It's working fine. The connection all the way to this plug is fine, and I think, well, it ought to be working. So I leave the cover off and then fire it up, and it works. So it works without the top on, and then I thought, all right, great, put the top back down, fasten it, test it, doesn't work anymore. So I knew that it had to do something with this cover, the rear cover. Now this piece of foil in here is conductive on this shiny side, non-conductive on the back side. So you can see it in places like this, where they've covered this stuff up. This side under here is non-conductive, obviously, because it would short out all these contacts, but this upper side is. And it passes a ground, and you can see these tabs. It passes the ground from here to here. At any rate, the Y direction worked when it was open and when I would put the top down and secure, and particularly I noticed when I would put this screw in, it would not work anymore. If I would loosen this screw with the top on it and then play with the Y direction controller, it would work. And when I would tighten it down to a certain point, it would no longer work. So I took it off, and I found that as these massive cables pass through this area, one of these cables, you can see maybe that one right there, was all smashed up and very close to the top surface here where this mounts against this conductive surface here. And these wires were very close, and I feel like it was frayed, and it, at some point, had gotten in between this and that and was shorting out. So I have moved the cables back and moved this zip tie such that it's resting upon the metal, but of course it's below it, so it won't impede the mounting surface, so that it would rest upon this and not chafe the wires. They did put some stuff here to prevent the chafing, but it doesn't extend all the way up this corner, so it still chafes the wires on the corner. So if you're having problems with your Micro Korg, it just so happened that the wire that comes across the top here closest was the one that went, one of the ones that went to this controller. But if you're having other problems, I would definitely check these wires as they pass through this area against chafing on this metal surface or this one, and make sure that they're not grounding out. Just thought I'd show you. So now it's working properly, and get to play with a synthesizer for a minute. Thanks. When you go to reassemble this, there are many screws. There's one in every hole here. I think there's about 24 of them, and they are marked, so the screws are not all the same length. There are 3 different lengths. There is this length, which is a long one, and then there's this length, which is the next long one, and then there are the short ones. So there's 3 different size screws, lengths, so they can't go just anywhere. But luckily the outside is marked. When I first took it off, I just left the screws in the holes and pulled it up. But to check it out, I just had to dump them out, so I noticed that they are marked. So in case you do dump them and you don't know where they go, there is a key on the surface itself. So you see this one has like a slot or a minus sign here, here, and here, and right there. Those are going to be the longest ones, and these other ones with dots are the medium-sized long long ones, the medium long. So all of these dot ones are the medium long, and everything else will be the small ones. So just in case you dump them out and you don't know where the long ones go, it is marked. So you can see this is going to be dash, 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 dash. There are 4 long ones, and the dot ones are here. This would be the medium, medium, and medium there. Hope this helps.